highlights. Today we're going to talk about something kind of important. And I know everyone's going to be like, oh, this is so dead and over and everyone's already talked about it. But I wanted to talk about it personally. And I was going to make a video on my TikTok, but I feel like it needs to be over here because it's a discussion I really want to have. Most of you who are in the cosplay community have seen the statement by Stella talking about how cosplay contests are not a part of the cosplay community. I didn't bother to go back and watch that video. I do know the video is about making money in the cosplay community and sustainable ways and things like that. However, I didn't watch it because I didn't want to give it a view, if I'm being very honest. Everybody went back to watch it. With even context, the lines and the things that she said were very, I'm gonna be honest, out of pocket, you know? And there's no other way you could state it without it just being insensitive, you know? It's like if someone was having a whole conversation about some of the best culture's foods, right? And they said, well, I don't like black people. And then they go on to explain why they don't like black food. There's no way you could say, I don't like black people without it being out of pocket and coming off terrible. But regardless, besides the point, we're going to break down the exact statements that she said about the cosplay community in this video, and I wanted to address it point by point. So if you'd like to see the whole entire video, I'm sure you can find it, though they did go back and take it off of the interview, which in my opinion is a little sketchy. It's a little sketchy if you say something out of pocket, then you just remove it completely, and the only addressing you do is to backpedal and to just fix the feelings you hurt. But I digress. I'm going to listen to it, statement by statement, pause, and discuss the parts of it I want to talk to you guys about. Hopefully you stick around. By the way, I've been competing in competitions since 2010. Just for you guys can understand my credentials to talk about this, I've been competing in cosplay competitions since 2010. Within the recent years, I have been guesting and judging at cosplay competitions, and it is something that is so deeply ingrained within my own culture and community that it's something I could not imagine not enjoying at a convention. Now recently I haven't really had the energy to go to cosplay competitions because I will admit it is very exhausting and very tiring, and even going to watch, unless I have a friend competing, I don't tend to go because it's hard for me to get a seat, wait in line, and do all of this extra stuff just to sit in and watch. And I don't have ADA exceptions or anything like that, so I have to wait in line like everybody else, even when I'm having horrible chronic pain. So sometimes I just don't go, but my husband loves to sit in the front row and watch, and it is something we both really enjoy doing. So now that that's out of the way, I am going to go through this point by point.
So cosplay contests aren't actually part of the cosplay community. People think they are, but they're not.
So first things first, yes they are. Point blank period, yes they are. It's in the name, cosplay competition. It's a part of the cosplay community. Whether you're talking about online or offline, there are cosplay competitions online. There are cosplay competitions at cons. Cosplay competitions are a huge part of the cosplay community, and honestly, it's one of the things that's really kept it running. Because keep in mind, all the acting and skits that you tend to see on TikTok, a lot of it is inspired by what happens at cosplay competitions. Doing skits, relating songs to certain characters. A lot of people use the skills from either TikTok or the cosplay competition and vice versa and transfer it over. Heck, that's how I really got into TikTok, is I started doing this stuff during the forgotten periods of COVID. I started doing the stuff that I love doing at conventions online, which are skits and voice acting and lip syncing, and all of it is very much so tied in together. So just because it's not important to you, it doesn't mean that it's not a part of the cosplay community.
The reason being is that at a cosplay convention, 100 people enter the cosplay contest.
I just want to pause there. because 100 people is actually quite a lot. I think it's really only bigger conventions like AX that have about 100 people. The majority of cosplay competitions have anywhere between 30 to 50 people in most cases, though I'm not sure the case for Comic-Cons, because a lot of Comic-Cons, they're actually a lot different from anime cons cosplay competitions from my experience. And I would like to point this out. Most of the competitions that I've been in have been California, Arizona, Las Vegas, and Utah kind of area. So those are the competitions that I've been in my whole life. So I can't really speak for like New York and, you know, all that side, but most of the time over here, it's between like 30 to 50 people. 100 is a lot. That is pushing it. And normally judges won't even have enough time to like judge everybody and like get through everybody with 100 people in the competition. This is nitpicky, but it's more informational for people who don't know anything about cosplay competitions. So not really towards her, more towards everyone else.
The cosplay contest does not get broadcasted.
That part is not true. There are actually a lot of cosplay competitions that do get broadcasted nowadays. We have programs like Twitch or websites like Twitch and people who actually might broadcast it themselves. ALA, I think it started to broadcast it. If not, they do record it and post all of the skits. And I think AX, I know Crunchyroll, when it had started doing its cosplay contest, it was broadcasted. We had a whole broadcast party. Like, we all sat together and watched the whole competition because we just wanted to support people. So that's not completely true. Some cosplay masquerades do get broadcasted.
Only the audience members get to watch it, and it takes up all of Saturday. Like 100, you get up at 9 a.m. and you perform your whatever skit that you want to perform at 6 p.m. But all along that way, like you don't have, like they keep you in a like little room on the side because you have to get like prejudged and stuff.
That's not completely true. Cosplay competitions can eat up your entire Saturday. However, in most cosplay competitions, most of the ones I've ever competed in, they give you time slots. Literally, on Saturday, you tend to have maybe a meeting in the morning around 10 o'clock. They'll talk to you, go over what things that you need to know, when you'll be getting on stage, what time everything starts, and then from there, you'll get a slot. Like, you'll get 11 a.m., 1 o'clock, and you go in and you get judged by the judges at that point. Now, unorganized cosplay competitions will sometimes just have you line up and judge you there. But most organized ones I've gone to, and even smaller ones, they'll give you a time slot. Will you always be on time? No. Will they be running late sometimes? Yes. So it can give or take. So maybe the judging takes about 5 to 10 minutes, could be less, could be more. So the whole process can be about 30 minutes, because if they're running late, you gotta wait. If they're running early, sometimes they'll take you right in. I've never been to a competition where they're running early though. I'm gonna be honest right there. I've never been to a competition. Heck, when I was judging, I'd never run early. So, because also the judges have to eat. They have to have time for themselves. So, if you are a judge, you will be in that room all day. If you're a judge, your whole Saturday is gone. You are doing nothing but judging. But if you're competing, normally no. Not to mention, you don't have to wear your costume all day. You can bring the costume for the judges to look over and judge, or you can wear it during your judging and then take it off. Most judges don't care. They would like to see it on you because they want to know how it functions, but if you can't wear it and you just want to bring it so that it doesn't get messed up or anything like that, yeah, absolutely. They will just judge the costume as you brought it. So with it eating up your whole Saturday, I don't really know about that. Every competition I've been in, I've been able to walk around, go to the dealer's hall, film if I want to, do other things, and then go in for my time slot. And then after your time slot, as long as it's not closer to setup time, which is normally like 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish, where you all get in line and they get you ready to sit you down or put you backstage so you can go on stage at 6 o'clock, but doesn't eat up your entire Saturday unless you get there at 1 o'clock. But I'm the type of person who gets to con really early. I know that it's gonna eat my holes. I know that I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time either talking to the judges or things like that. So I get there at like 8, and so that way I can enjoy all that time, and then I'll go to the meeting, and then I enjoy some more time. I also try to get my judging done as early as I possibly can if they have time slots like that. So that way I get it done, out of the way, and then I spend the rest of my time hanging out until time to go set up and get in line.
So you waste your entire Saturday. In that time, a TikToker would have made like 50 videos with 300 people.
That is pushing it. I just want to say that. I don't know a single TikToker who would make 50 different videos with 300 people within that time period that you would be spending being judged by judges or doing masquerade. And maybe that's me, maybe that's on me because I am an introvert a bit. I actually think I'm more of an omnivert, where if I need to be excited or if I'm doing something I love, I will be hyper and excited and out there. But a lot of the time, I don't like talking to people or being like around a bunch of people. Also, I don't think she knows how exhausting that is. In fact, I don't even think she posts that many videos on her own page. So saying 50 different videos with 300 different people, I don't even think that's her turnaround. I don't think that she posts that many, and I could be wrong. I can be completely wrong, but there are so many like professional or large content creators who don't even post that much on their own page and then tell people that they should be posting non-stop, you know? I think I will check after, just to correct myself. Okay, we're just gonna check, just out of curiosity. So out of curiosity, we're gonna check how many videos she tends to post within the time period. Let's see. So she posted something 4 days ago. Okay, 5 days ago. A week ago. Okay, then in March, or I'm sorry, March 19th. March 8th. Okay, so if I'm being honest, it doesn't actually seem like she posts as much as she kind of makes it out to seem like you should post on your channel. You know, and hey, you know what? I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that it's bad that she doesn't, but it feels like she's putting out unrealistic expectations for others when she doesn't do that herself. Now, mind you, she might record hundreds of videos while at conventions, but I feel like that can't be true because I know that a lot of professional cosplayers and cosplayers like her aren't interviewing. They're hanging out with their friends, doing recorded content in costume, doing photo shoots, which photo shoots can also eat up a lot of your day, depending on if you're doing it during sunset hour or golden hour, depending if you're doing it in the morning at 7 a.m. before anybody else gets to con, when your photographer might be ready. So even through that, you're still not having a lot of time to film unless you also have a crew. Because if you have a crew with you that can help film while you're doing other things, other business, then yeah, you can get a lot of filming done. But judging from her own content, she doesn't actually record that much at conventions. So it's a little bit of an exaggeration. Like I said, I'm not saying that she has to post hundreds of videos, but heck, I post at least 5 videos daily if I can, but that's too much. I'm not saying that anyone else has to do it, but when I'm in cosplay, I at least record like 10 videos. And when I'm at con, I forget. I'm having so much fun and just hanging out with my friends that I don't even remember to record videos. And I try to so that I can show people what the day at the con is like, but sometimes I just get so wrapped up in the convention itself, I'm not thinking about recording. And that's the other thing. It doesn't have to be monetized. I know that video was about making money. However, what a lot of people don't explain is they're not making money off of cosplay. They're making money off of hosting, modeling, commission work, voiceover work, or when they know people. They're getting into spaces where they can make money because they know the right people. What people don't like to tell you a lot of the times is it's about who you know and what you look like. Because certain cosplayers like Stella Chu, Jessica Negri, they have a look to them that society wants. They have a look to them that people love to see. And so yes, getting out there and making money is so much easier for them. Now, I didn't say it's easy. I said it's easier. But because of that, they have a privilege about them in this community. And while I don't think that Stella's not talented, I think she's amazingly talented, amazingly beautiful, but I think she's also naive and out of pocket, honestly, for what she said. But give it a few days and everyone will forget. Because people will say, well, now she's being canceled and people are bullying her. A lot of people are just holding her accountable for what she said. Because to dismiss a whole section of the cosplay community for monetization reasons is ridiculous. Because the crazy thing is, you can make money off of being in the cosplay competitions. People have made thousands of dollars getting best in show. Not to mention, if you're good enough, you can go to the World Cosplay Summit and win even more money. So saying that cosplay competitions can't be monetized or aren't a part of the cosplay community is crazy. Because it's not even just about the community aspect of it that was wild, but saying you can't make money is even crazier. I myself have made money doing cosplay competitions, and I make money judging competitions. Because when you're hired as a guest, they tend to pay you too. So my final thoughts. Honestly, I think I'm trying to think of the word for it. I think it's irresponsible as someone with a platform like hers, someone who reaches people who aren't a part of our community, to say something so disingenuous. To say you waste your time all Saturday, that you can be doing better things, that, it's not a part of the community, to me is insane. Because the cosplay contest community is one of the communities that literally kicked off a lot of fandoms. The cosplay contest community is what got me into cosplaying. I remember years ago, I went to a con and saw cosplayers and thought it was fantastic. But when I went to that masquerade, something about it ticked in my brain. And I said, this is what I want to do. This is the thing that I think I could do. I know how to sew. I love acting, but I'm really nervous around people. So having an area where I can kind of get on stage without it having to be like professional acting sounds like so much fun. And I didn't have theater in high school. So I've made so many friends. And the deeper part of it is being someone who is Black and queer and fat and disabled in this community. The cosplay community, the cosplay contest community is the first community that accepted me for who I was. It's the first community that made me feel important. It made me feel that my talent and my skills were way more important than the color of my skin. And if not for those people who judged, who taught me, who showed me love in this community, like, there is nothing like being backstage at a cosplay competition and talking to people and talking to the den mom and having these people welcome you in with such love and open arms that I felt like it was somewhere I belonged. Especially when walking around on the con floor, I'd get dirty looks, or people would sneer or say things about me because I was chubby and I was cosplaying Miku, or I was chubby and I was not cosplaying another waifu, or I'm Black and I'm being a character that isn't Black. People aren't bold enough to say it in your face, but they think that you don't hear them. But the moment that I was inside the cosplay competition room, everyone is so kind. and caring and sweet. So that's one of the first parts of the community that ever made me feel welcome. Because I'm gonna tell you what, social media damn sure didn't. But I digress. If you'd like to know more about my experiences and the cosplay competitions, or some of my best competitions, some of my worst competitions, stories and things like that, please let me know in the comments below. And I'll start doing some more videos like this. I'll start talking to you guys one-on-one. It's just hard because it's exhausting. If no one's watching this, it makes it hard to want to do it, you know? So those are my thoughts. Now, no hate to Miss Stella Chu, though I have a little bit of beef with you from other situations that I heard about, and I'm not gonna get into those now, but I think as someone with a platform, you have to be more responsible. You need to stop saying flippant things as if it doesn't harm others, as if it's not a big deal what you said. Because clearly, by the backlash and what everyone else is saying, you harmed a whole community. And honestly, the best thing you could do is sit down and say, I'm so sorry for what I said. It was wrong. And you guys are right. It is a big part of the community. And I should be more careful with my words. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see if you actually mean it when you say it. So if you like this video, like this video. If you like me, subscribe. There's a bell notification if you'd like to get videos from me at any other point in time. And remember, you are amazing, you are wonderful, you are fantastic in every way, shape, and form. And every part of cosplay is valid and accepted, unless you're a bigot or AI. So don't let anybody dull your shine, because the world is brighter with you in it. Love you!